Welcome to Stories Untold. My name is Pule Molebati. Thank you for joining us. Today we celebrate the milestones of chef and restaurateur Sizo Henna, who recently launched this establishment north of Johannesburg. The self-funded business owner shared with Stories Untold just what it took to be where he is today. Let's have a look.
Sanbonani, good evening. Anisebahle. Everyone just looks so beautiful. And thank you for coming, Black. Black is home.
Beaming with excitement with good reason, today Sizo Henna's labor is finally coming to fruition as he witnesses his long-awaited dream come true. He's a 36-year-old chef hailing from Bisho in Eastern Cape. And today is the official opening of his restaurant in Bryanston, the northern suburbs of Johannesburg.
I'm the youngest of 5 kids. Ekhaya ke besithanda utravelisha kakhulu from Bisho to Knysna to Untold. So 1996 utata wafumana umsebenzi eJoburg and he said, you know, I must take one of my kids as an amazohlala nami. The closest castle was Alexandra. And I had friends there and we had a relative Alexandra behlala khona. So nge-weekends kuba ndayithanda suburb. I would go elokishini tyamagwinya nekota. It was very interesting and it was very real. Uklala ekasi and very humbling as well. I grew up and khule phaya from learning umculo, the jazz, and going to different spots where they were owned by otata badala, bedlala jazz, and they had the cuisine as well. So it was a good time. I mean, I enjoyed it.
Back at home, he says his grandmother cooked up a storm in the kitchen, a passion she later instilled in him.
So the cooking part, ndifunde kumakhulu. Umakhulu hlala itinarha, ke all day besiya itinarha ke. And she would make the oxtail for us in zamagwinya, and umakhulu obviously would make beautiful meals. Christmas besiya by kuyatyiwa and it's good food. And the kumbula from age of 9 years, the tanda ukutya. But I was fascinated about the textures and flavors. But hey man, how do you turn beetroot? We pack it, then you make beetroot sauce, and it becomes beetroot pasta. Then comes beetroot chips. You know, so there's different stages. You know, and so the food the love of food, and at the same time, utata endlini uyalima. So xa ulima egadini, kukho cabbage, there's onions. You know ukuthi xa utata before it becomes spring onions. So I got to learn that part as well. I got to learn the ingredient. The minute you understand the ingredient, you can do anything.
He later found himself studying and working abroad.
2003, towards the end of the year, that decided about in London. Fike in London, ndasebenza at a herb farm in Southampton, and we were picking herbs, very nice. I mean, from mint to basil to all different herbs. And ndahlala pha for about 2 months, and then from 2 months I moved again to the city, the London. Ndasebenza in London, and then I was identified by head chef Yam. Be passionate about this. We will pay for your studies. That's how I got a scholarship to study in London. I had to work hard, prove to myself and to the people. I mean, this is what I'm passionate about. And Kota Saktana will pay for the scholarship. So I then studied. 4 years, they are funda, they are students at the same time. And I've always had the dream of a restaurant. You know, and now a lot of chefs, it dreams out to say, you know, you are funda, you work, and then one day and that's what happened.
However, the journey was not smooth sailing.
The challenge is basic corner. I mean, one, we share from Nyama, South Africa. You have to constantly prove yourself, but you better, which is another thing. As South Africans that about totally serious Nyama and you chef. So for me, it was I have first class or world class qualification, one, and training. So I had to obviously after that prove myself. Then coming to the restaurant, it challenged as well. I had to self-fund the restaurant. I know government, you know, but I had to do that from a Bogotwe, you know. So yeah, those were the challenges.
And those challenges affected his personal life.
There were times I was taking up because I have to make sure that the restaurant is pumping and it's running, you know. So it does obviously, you know, affect also personal life as well, you know.
Even though this field of business has no permanent benefits, Sizo braved it and went out to start a well-performing business.
I sometimes tell people, no, but it's not a normal thing because it challenges us, but I'm pushing to say this is my dream and nothing's going to stop me but to get where I want. So I think the con is of sacrifice in life and say I'm going to cut down on this, I'm going to cut down on driving a fancy car, I'm going to cut down on staying in a fancy house and pursue a dream.
And he says its warmth is what sets it apart.
It's homely. Abandabaza up don't feel like buying a restaurant. They have to feel like it's home away from home, you know. So that's what I love about it. And you get into a from the cutlery to the menu to the paintings to the lights. I had to take time and do interior myself. So I chose each and everything. But hey, this is how I wanted to look, you know. So I have that in me. The clientele differs. It's an older clientele, so more matured. And Abanye maybe might not want to be, you know, known with VIP, but yes, we do have a lot of VIP clients that come, including ministers and top business people.
Sizo says this is just the beginning of his journey as he has even better plans for his establishment.
The bigger picture, I think, we want to keep it intimate, and so there's a plan to move it to not around South Africa, but to another country, and which, you know, very soon that will happen.
Does your ironing take hours with that outdated iron? Introducing the revolutionary new Genesis Power Steam Advanced Iron. Featuring 2,600 watts of steam power, you can iron denims quickly and easily, right through to the other side. The deep penetrating steam power even irons through 12 layers. Use Genesis vertically and irons straight on the hanger to save time. The unique ceramic sole plate is ultra durable and simply glides over your printed t-shirts. Get your Genesis Power Steam Advanced Iron from your nearest Verimark store today.
Welcome back to the show. Today we follow the story of chef and entrepreneur Sizo Henna, whose love for gourmet meals has shot him straight to the top with a successful business that has now employed 17 staff members who had this to say about the visionary Sizo Henna.
Sizo Henna has been a chef for 17 years. 5 years ago, he started his business Black and has since hired a total number of 17 employees, and 8 of those work at the restaurant. We speak to Precious Dube, who has been working with him since he opened his first establishment in 2012.
Before Sizo bensebenza life brand cafe as a chef. Ngasuka lapho uSizo ubekade ebuya chef lapha as was trainer. Sasuka lapho ngikwazi ukuthi mangishayisa ngiye part time job as a Uber and taxi driver. So uSizo since aqalile ukusebenza naye, I'm happy kakhulu 100% ngisebenza naye. Sengisebenze naye indawo ezihlukeneyo, sebenzela life brand cafe, asebenza la emit company into kanjalo nje.
A part-time Uber driver for 2 years, she says her life has indeed changed.
I'm happy ishintshe kakhulu impilo yami nami bengakucabangela ukuthi ngashintsha ngale ndlela eshintshe ngakhona ngesistem.
Yini into okwazi ukwenza manje ungakwazi ukwenza then?
Aziningi ngeke ngizivale ziningi kakhulu. Ngiyakwazi lokuthi for now nginendawo yami yokuhlala engikwazi ukuthi ngiyideposit flat lami ngihlale. Angisasokole nje life yeni kangako into eziningi nje zibe simple mase ngidosizo because uyakwazi even ukusiza mawo unenkinga even though uphakathi kwenyanga uyakwazi ukuthi akusize mawukhala ngifuna lokho this and that ngiyashoda ngemali yakunikeza akanasinkinga nje umuntu right.
And she hopes to continue witnessing Sizo's growth.
Ufuna ukuzibona ngiyaphambili nje naye ngifisela ukuthi ayiphambili siqhube nje umsebenzi kahle ayiphambili naye ngebusiness.
Precious Buthelezi is also Sizo's employee.
La bengisebenza khona ngishuthi siye kwaphela i-contract then bangafuna ukuyi-renew i-contract then ke that's why I met Sizo bekune-function then wangitshela ukuthi uvule indawo yakhe eRosebank. It was small but he was doing it, understand. Then ke waseyama eRosebank wazalana then ke mina ngabe ngisuka la bengikhona ngezalana ngazosebenza noSizo since then the business is getting there. Like, all right, umuntu understandayo like Jane. Every boss understand but umuntu kahle.
She also details how her life has changed since meeting the new boss.
Hello yami financially ichintshile yona ichintshile kakhulu because like makuvalwa la bekuvalwa khona ngisiza lana bese nginomsebenzi angisho so ichintshile umuntu like ukuthi mawumtshela iproblem onayo abe ngumuntu lo understanda iproblem yakho yabo so supportive kakhulu.
She boasts about her love for cooking.
I enjoy it. It's my passion. I enjoy it. I'm doing it from my heart. I enjoy it. And he does also. He loves cooking. So.
And where would you like to see yourself cooking?
I wish one day I'll have my small kitchen. And my small kitchen and cater for abantu Japanese.
His clients are already raving about his food.
I keep coming here because I enjoy the service, and I came here I think it was about 3 months ago, and I remember Sizo came up to me and asked me about how I enjoyed the food, and I could see he was really passionate about it, and I love that, to see someone doing what they're absolutely passionate about. So, and we had quite a chat there. And I come back because I know the food is good and the staff are friendly and wanting to make you feel comfortable, and I enjoy those kind of environments.
I'm incredibly excited about this project precisely because it's a young black entrepreneur on the rise doing what he's passionate about, and the fact that it's in a market that would probably be a bit more challenging, but I think that he's pitched the standard at a very high level, and just the look and the feel of the place and the food and everything is really good.
Well, actually, it's my first time here, but I was told to come hungry by my friends, so I came hungry and I tried a few dishes. I'll definitely be back because I work just across the road, and I think the service was superb. The food came quickly, it was delicious, it is delicious, and I'm still enjoying it.
I can tell you that his food is one step above any other food I've had. It's just like you get in there, your first mouthful, you're going, wow, this is like one level up.
This is where we take a look inside the world of media, analysing the trends, the issues and the reporting of some of the week's top stories.
One of the things that we are seeing across the globe, people are consuming news and living their lives with their mobile devices.
The evolution of journalism is to use the same skills, the same ethics, the same values, but to cater to different audiences, because it's not the same people.
There is a lot of debate in this industry today whether the future is about digital paid content Will there be a market for users to pay for digital content? And we see that in Africa it's a challenge.
People will go, pay for a newspaper, take it away. Why won't they pay for it online?
In the initial stages of shifting from print to online, we created the impression that what people were paying for was the paper. And so people are very reluctant to pay for the journalism, and good journalism is very expensive.
Watch Media Monitor Sundays at 9 a.m.
Police in Mahikeng have their hands full stopping residents from looting shops in the Mahikeng Central Business District.
As you can see behind me, it's pandemonium here in Mahikeng. The masses are trying to break the hold of the police to go into these shops and possibly loot them. And there we have it, the separation. Wow, oh, look. The police are trying their very best to control the crowd here. He's saying that it's better for them to go in there and take the stock before it is wasted in the fire.
The exact cause of the fire is still unknown, but electrical fault is suspected.
This must be a major knock for the economy of this area, because this is an economic hub of Mahikeng.
Our town is very small. When the shops are burned down, our people are really going to suffer economically, and employment is also going to suffer because most of the people are working in these shops.
Welcome back. We have reached the last stretch of the show. With just few minutes remaining before we wrap up our program today, we take a trip to Alexandra, where restaurateur and chef Sizo Henna spent most of his years as a young man. His friends and family share some of the trying times that he faced in his journey in business.
Sizo Henna, now owner of Black Restaurant in Bryanston, strolls through the streets of Alex with his friends. His childhood memories are a distant past he holds close to heart. His friend Mzokolo Jakavula opens up about the restaurateur.
I've witnessed him from beginning, as I gala. We literally even went to the same primary school. And I've witnessed his journey even as being a chef. From the time London. I mean, as I said, I used to literally talk to him, I think, almost on a daily basis. Because I look at Nitlaisha, sometimes it can be a bit lonely, but I mean, Waboya literally worked for the best and the biggest companies, in South Africa. From there, from having worked at some of these companies, I think even his journey of starting or being an entrepreneur, I've witnessed that from literally Ekala, Rosebank, from him literally being a private chef to literally now him having his own restaurant. So I've seen his journey from beginning up until now, and it's been, I suppose not an easy journey, but I think it's been a worthwhile journey because you can actually see the fruits have actually come through, right now.
He attests to his hurdles and the lesson he took from them.
I've seen quite a few hurdles. I mean, from call it the funding part, literally looking for the funds to actually get this thing kicked off. I've seen this man, stressing out at times, but I mean, some of the lessons learned is the fact that, you need to literally fight on. You literally need to keep it moving, it is what it is. And you really fight on and you try and make it work and happen. So I've seen him go through all of those hurdles, be it hurdles of financial cash flows, because of trying to get funding. But the fact that I've actually seen it come through, and the fact that Sibona, the restaurant, Imile right now, I suppose dreams do come true, and I think those are just some of the things I've learned from his journey as well. The dreams really do come true.
And hopes other people also learn a thing or two.
Look, guys, I think follow your dreams. I think run with it. In as much as there could be a lot of others doing it, I think there's competition everywhere you go. Every industry, every occupation literally has competition. There's a million other chefs out there. But I think with him having actually ran with it, he's decided to stand out, amongst other chefs. And that's really given him that competitive advantage. The fact that he's obviously studied and worked for the best, he's been abroad, he's done all of this. So for me, it's literally that. I think find your niche, carve it, and just run with it. Your dreams can come true, and I think I've seen that with him.
Mzokolo wishes his friend the absolute best.
I wish him to realize every dream and every other ambition he has, because I suppose every dream, you reach one, it grows. There's always a new milestone. I wish for him to actually reach all his milestones and dreams, get his dreams bigger, reach the sky, get bigger, and really just be a success. I think, really having his dreams, him just achieving his dreams and just being bigger and better.
We catch the restaurateur again at home and find him in the middle of an interview with one of his sponsors. Truly a rising star. He may be a chef, but at home Sizo prefers his wife's food. Proud of her husband's success, Busi looks back to the initial stages of Black.
I'm very proud of him. I think when he first started it was stressful, and you can pick up his stress in the house. He was hardly here. And when he first started the business, it was just when I had given birth. So it was also stressful not having him around, or having him around, but he's here, but he's not here. His mind's not here, So it was difficult, but now I see that it's actually where he wants it to be. Well, not where he wants it to be, but it's at a good place because he spends more time with us. He's more present now as a father and as a husband. So that's when I see things are going very well.
A business where future benefits are not guaranteed. Busi has utmost confidence in her husband's endeavors.
So Sizo's got this mindset that we can't both run businesses because of that, So he's always like, no, you need to make sure you've got a job that pays 9 to 5 so that we've got an income if anything happens to me, But also he's very he knows how to manage his finances very well. So he's way better than me. He's very responsible. So I don't have a fear because I know we covered shall anything happen on his side and on my side. So there's no fear whatsoever. So right now I'd want for the business to just boom, we had the launch on the 25th of October just so that we can bring more clientele into, Black. So that's my wish for Black, that it grows, I'm hoping that one day we'll actually get a bigger space because we can't accommodate the people that we have now. So that's just what I'd like to see happening.
Sizo is one of those real entrepreneurs. He didn't get a hand up. In what sense? He hustled to get the money to start his first restaurant, which was in Rosebank. And how he did it, I don't even know. But in the beginning, his brothers were always there, right? So cash is sometimes high, sometimes low, and we'd help one another, you know what I mean? But that was one of the main challenges. He didn't get like some big cash injection to begin, and this is what this kind of business needs, But he made it happen.
I think the establishment is doing well. It's not where I want it, but at least it's growing. And you can actually see, growth is very important when you see okale up, you obviously don't make it overnight. It takes time, it takes years. And I was talking to a friend of mine earlier on, and was stating pubs, as I say, in London, that pubs, a lifespan of pubs is anything from 50 to 200 years. That's pubs, and they're local pubs, and it's different from Upper Court, Tina restaurant lifespan 3-4 years, 5 years, So I'm in a way trying to also create that, but like a pub, but in an upmarket, where the locals come as well, and come and have a meal every day.
The rising star who spent over 1.8 million rand to start his business imparts this wisdom to aspiring and upcoming chefs.
I've been in the business now for 17 years. And, I've been a chef for 17 years. And there's a big foodie vibe that's been happening the past 3 years. With these foodies and everything. I think we love it. I think it's... we love something different, but for real chefs, it becomes totally different. You have to have the passion, you have to have the drive. You can't do anything without a passion and drive. You can't do much. So the passion and the drive, and then that's it. And sky is the limit.
Is it of wine, cream, salt and pepper?
And on that inspirational note, we end things here for today. Thank you so much for watching us. Until next week, it's a goodbye.